Ever wondered why the flu seems to hit so hard, yet we're often told it's just a common illness? Well, let's delve into this intriguing enigma today. Influenza, more commonly known as the flu, is not just your average seasonal ailment. While many tend to confuse it with a common cold, the flu is, in fact, a severe viral infection that can lead to serious complications. Let's get our facts straight first. The common cold and the flu, while seemingly similar, are caused by different viruses. While a cold can make you feel under the weather, the flu can knock you off your feet with its intensity. The symptoms of the flu are more severe and come on more quickly. The influenza virus is a master of mutation, changing its genetic makeup frequently, which makes it difficult for our immune system to recognize and fight it. This is why we can get the flu more than once. It's a new battle every time. It's not just the sniffles and the body aches that should concern us. Influenza can lead to severe complications, especially in people with weakened immune systems, the elderly, and children. We're talking about pneumonia, bronchitis, sinus infections, and even heart problems. What's more, influenza spreads rapidly. A simple sneeze or cough from an infected person can send millions of virus particles into the air, ready to invade a new host. And here's a sobering fact. According to the World Health Organization, influenza epidemics result in 3 to 5 million cases of severe illness worldwide each year, and between 250,000 to 500,000 deaths. So as you can see, the flu is not to be taken lightly. It's much more than a severe cold and can have serious consequences. But don't worry, we're here to guide you through this, to help you understand this adversary better, and to equip you with the knowledge to prevent and treat it. Stay tuned as we unravel the influenza enigma together. But what exactly is this influenza virus? Why does it make us feel so ill? Diving right into it, the influenza virus is a highly contagious microscopic invader that targets our respiratory system. It's a fascinating yet formidable opponent, equipped with a unique spherical structure and cloaked in a protein envelope. This envelope is studded with two types of spikes, hemagglutinin and neuraminidase, often referred to as H and N. These spikes play a critical role in the virus's ability to infect our cells. Now, when we inhale the virus, it latches onto the cells in our respiratory tract using these spikes, like a key sliding into a lock. Once it's in, the virus takes over the cell's machinery and begins to multiply, producing thousands of new viruses. The infected cell eventually bursts, releasing these new viruses to infect more cells, hence causing the spread of the virus within our body. This invasion triggers our immune system to swing into action, releasing chemicals and white blood cells to fight off the virus. This battle between our body and the virus is what leads to the symptoms of the flu, such as fever, chills, muscle aches, and fatigue. There are three main types of influenza viruses, A, B, and C. Type A and B are the usual culprits behind the seasonal flu epidemics we see each year. Type A viruses are further divided into subtypes based on the combination of H and N spikes. For instance, H1N1 and H3N2 are two subtypes that have caused significant human illness and death. Type C viruses are less common and typically cause milder illness. Each of these types and subtypes has unique characteristics, including variations in severity and the population groups they most commonly affect. Understanding these nuances helps scientists predict which strains to include in each year's flu vaccine, but that's a topic for another scene. Now that you know what the influenza virus is and how it works, it's easier to understand why it can make us feel so ill. So how do we know if we have the flu, and how does it spread? These are crucial questions that can help us detect and prevent influenza from wreaking havoc on our health. Let's start with the symptoms. Influenza often announces its arrival with a sudden onset of fever, which can be accompanied by chills. This is not your typical low-grade fever, but a high one, often around 100 degrees Fahrenheit or more. It's not uncommon for this fever to last for several days. Cough and sore throat often go hand in hand with the fever, making it uncomfortable to eat, drink, or even talk. You might also experience a runny or stuffy nose, as well as headaches and muscle or body aches. These symptoms can range from mild to severe, and in some cases can lead to serious health complications. Influenza is not a fan of staying put. It's a social butterfly that loves to move from person to person. The main route of transmission is through droplets that are expelled when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. These droplets can travel up to 6 feet and can land in the mouths or noses of people nearby, or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. But that's not the only way this virus travels. It can also spread by touching a surface or object that has the virus on it, and then touching your own mouth, nose, or possibly your eyes. This is why it's so important to wash your hands frequently and avoid touching your face. Understanding the symptoms of influenza and how it spreads is a crucial part of preventing and managing this illness. If you are aware of the symptoms, you can seek medical attention early on, which can help reduce the severity and duration of the illness. And by understanding how it spreads, you can take steps to protect yourself and others. Being aware of the symptoms and understanding how the flu spreads is the first step towards prevention. But what happens if we don't take precautions and end up catching the flu? Influenza, commonly known as the flu, is a lot more than just a bad cold. If left untreated or in some severe cases, it can lead to serious health complications. One of the most common complications is pneumonia, which is an infection that inflames the air sacs in one or both lungs. This can lead to difficulty breathing, chest pain, and in severe cases, it can even be fatal. But it doesn't stop there. The flu can also cause inflammation and damage to the heart, muscles, and the central nervous system. This damage can be long-term, leading to chronic health conditions that may require ongoing medical attention. In rare cases, the flu can also lead to multi-organ failure. This is a severe and potentially life-threatening condition where 2 or more organ systems in the body fail. It's most common in individuals who have a weakened immune system, such as the elderly or those with chronic illnesses. Moreover, the flu can also exacerbate pre-existing health conditions. For instance, individuals with chronic lung disease may experience worsening of their condition, and those with heart disease may experience a heart attack. It's also worth noting that sometimes the body's immune response to the flu can be so strong that it causes a cytokine storm. This is a severe immune reaction in which the body releases too many cytokines into the blood too quickly. Cytokines are small proteins that play important roles in the body's immune response. However, a surge of these proteins can cause severe inflammation, organ failure, and can even be fatal. That's why it's crucial to seek medical attention if flu symptoms persist or worsen. Early intervention can prevent these complications and ensure a swift recovery. It's also important to remember that the best defense against the flu is prevention. Vaccination, good personal hygiene, and a healthy lifestyle can go a long way in protecting you from this potentially serious illness. As you can see, the flu is not something to be dismissed lightly. It can lead to severe complications if not treated properly. Now that we've seen how serious influenza can be, what can we do to prevent it? Preventing influenza isn't as daunting as it may seem. Let's break it down into 3 simple steps: vaccination, good hygiene practices, and a healthy lifestyle. Firstly, getting vaccinated is a crucial step in preventing influenza. The flu vaccine works by training your immune system to recognize and fight the virus. It's important to note that flu viruses evolve rapidly, so a new vaccine is developed each year to target the strains expected to be the most common during the upcoming flu season. This is why getting an annual flu shot is recommended. Now you might be wondering, what if I get the flu shot and still catch the flu? Well, while the vaccine isn't 100% effective at preventing the flu, it can significantly reduce the severity of symptoms if you do get ill. So it's a win-win situation. The second step is maintaining good hygiene practices. This involves simple actions that we often overlook. Washing your hands regularly with soap and water, especially before meals and after being in public places, can help eliminate germs. Also, remember to cover your mouth and nose when you sneeze or cough to prevent the spread of the virus. Avoid touching your face as much as possible since the flu virus can enter your body through the eyes, nose, and mouth. Finally, leading a healthy lifestyle can boost your immune system and increase your body's ability to fend off viruses. This means eating a balanced diet, getting regular exercise, staying hydrated, and ensuring you get plenty of sleep. So there you have it. 3 simple yet effective steps to prevent influenza: vaccination, good hygiene, and a healthy lifestyle. Remember, these steps not only protect you, but they also help to prevent the spread of the virus to others. In the end, the key to preventing influenza is in your hands. Prevention is always better than cure, especially when it comes to influenza. But what if you've already caught the flu? What are your options? Well, the first thing to remember is that while influenza, commonly known as the flu, can be a serious illness, most people recover within a week or 2 with the right treatment and care. So don't panic. Your body is a powerful machine and it's designed to fight off viruses like this. One of the most common treatments for influenza is antiviral medication. These drugs are designed to prevent the flu virus from multiplying in your body. and they can help to reduce the severity and duration of your symptoms. It's important to note that antiviral medications are most effective when taken within the first 2 days of getting sick. So if you think you have the flu, it's crucial to seek medical advice as soon as possible. In addition to antiviral medications, rest and hydration are essential components of treating the flu. Your body needs energy to fight off the virus, and that energy comes from getting plenty of sleep and staying hydrated. So make sure you're drinking lots of fluids and getting as much sleep as you can. Another vital aspect of flu treatment is symptomatic relief. This can include over-the-counter medications to help with fever, aches, and cough, as well as home remedies like hot drinks, humidifiers, and warm baths to help soothe symptoms and make you more comfortable. But remember, while these measures can help manage your symptoms, they're not a substitute for medical advice. If you're feeling really unwell or your symptoms aren't improving after a few days, it's important to seek professional medical help. Your health is paramount, and sometimes the flu can lead to more serious complications, so don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional if you're concerned. Influenza can be a formidable opponent, but with the right tools and strategies, you can give your body the support it needs to fight back and recover. After all, health is not just about preventing illness, but also about managing it effectively when it does occur. We've covered a lot of ground on influenza, but let's address some common myths about the flu. With so much information floating around, it's easy to get caught up in misconceptions. Let's shed some light on the truth. First off, the notion that you can catch the flu from the vaccine. This is a myth. The flu shot contains an inactivated virus, which means it's incapable of causing an infection. In fact, getting vaccinated significantly reduces your risk of contracting the flu. It's important to remember that it takes about 2 weeks for the body to develop immunity after vaccination, so it's still possible to contract the flu in that period. Now on to the idea that antibiotics can treat the flu. This is another fallacy. Antibiotics combat bacterial infections, not viral ones like influenza. The flu is caused by a virus, so antiviral medications are the go-to treatment, not antibiotics. Using antibiotics when they're not needed can lead to antibiotic resistance, a serious global health issue. Lastly, there's a belief that healthy people don't need to worry about the flu. This is a dangerous misconception. While it's true that certain groups like the very young, the elderly, and those with chronic health conditions are at higher risk of severe complications from the flu, anyone can contract the virus. Influenza can cause serious illness and even death in perfectly healthy individuals. That's why it's so important for everyone, regardless of age or health status, to get vaccinated each year. It's essential we dispel these myths and arm ourselves with accurate information. The flu is more than just a bad cold, it's a serious illness that can have severe consequences. The more we understand about it, the better we can protect ourselves and our communities. Understanding the facts about influenza helps us make informed decisions about our health. Influenza is a serious illness, but with knowledge, we can protect ourselves and those around us. In this journey, we've discovered the enigma that is influenza, a virus that can easily spread through droplets when people with the flu cough, sneeze, or talk. Its symptoms, such as fever, cough, sore throat, and muscle aches, can be severe and may lead to complications like pneumonia and bronchitis. We've also debunked some myths surrounding influenza. And just to reinforce, getting the flu shot does not give you the flu. It's a preventive measure designed to arm your immune system against the virus. In terms of treatment, antiviral drugs can make the illness milder and shorten the time you are sick. Influenza is not something to be taken lightly, but with the right knowledge and preventive measures, we can keep it at bay. Remember, the best defense against influenza is prevention. Stay healthy and stay informed.